Okay, let's move on to the last part. Let's see if we can use our triangles and try to make them into something we already know, a shape we already know. But this is kind of tricky. Don't start cutting it yet, okay? You are going to cut it in the middle. You see right here in the middle, that's the only place you're cutting. So that one person should have a sheet that looks like this. Only cut it in the middle. Do you see there's another line here? The bold line. Fold it so that you can fold this paper right on this line. And this is how your paper should be. Now while holding the paper the way it is, while it's still folded like this, cut out your triangles. So what will really happen is you'll get two triangles, because remember the paper is folded up like this. So hold your paper and cut it out. Should be able to get two triangles. Okay, look at your triangles. Think, what kind of a triangles do you think you have? What kind of triangles do you think you have? Okay, who would like to share? What kind of triangle do you have? Raimundo, what kind of triangles do you have?
I think I have congruent.
You think you have congruent triangles? Why is that?
The same shape, the shape.
So they are the same shape, they're both triangles. What about the size? Are they the same size?
Mine are no. One's bigger.
Are you sure? Try to move it around.
I made three triangles.
Okay. Okay, if you took it off and if you did not put it right where it's, because remember, it has to be the same shape. Okay, because you folded the paper when you cut it out. Just move it around in a different way and you should be able to get congruent triangles. Nikki, do you have congruent triangles? Okay, now what do you know about congruent triangles to make another shape? Okay, thank you, Clarissa. Everyone can put the extra paper in the middle. Okay, what do you know about the two congruent triangles that can help you make a shape that you know a lot about? Okay. Try and see, how can you rearrange your triangles, or how can you move them around to know or make a shape that you know a lot about?
I know how to make a parallelogram.
Okay, you know how to make a parallelogram? Okay, let's see. Is there anyone finding another shape?
I made a rhombus.
Okay. How many of you, and I hear Samson saying that too, how many of you were able to make a parallelogram?
Me.
Okay, raise your hand, thank you. How many of you were able to move it and make it into another shape that you know about? Okay.
I made it into two shapes.
Okay.
I made a rhombus and a quadrilateral.
Okay, so you made it into a quadrilateral. Okay, what kind? And what did you get? Okay, let's take turns to share. So go ahead and arrange your shape.
I also made it into a rectangle. I mean a parallelogram.
Okay. Take 1 minute and tell your partner what kind of shape are you working on. Go ahead and take 1 minute and tell your partner. Did I hear, Kevin, did you get a rectangle? Okay, and we did discuss that a rectangle can be cut into two congruent triangles. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll let you choose if you want to make it into a parallelogram or if you want to make it into a rectangle. It's easier to make it into a parallelogram if you have one of your triangles flipped over. So you can go ahead and glue the two congruent triangles to make a shape you know about. Okay, go ahead and label your base B and count. It's still, the unit is centimeters because this is a centimeters grid paper. Go ahead and count how much is your base. And if you are making a parallelogram, remember, the height is not the slanted part, but it is the perpendicular from the vertex or the side opposite to the base?
So how can we find out how many units we have?
Okay, how can I find out? I can count, right? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I can go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the height. Okay, so if you look at the parallelogram that I made from my congruent triangles, I'm going to write a note for myself. I know that 2 congruent triangles make a parallelogram or a rectangle. And in this case, I'm thinking, the area of 2 triangles equals area of parallelogram. Or if you made a rectangle, then it could be area of 2 triangles is equal to area of a rectangle. What is area of rectangle? Does anyone remember what is the formula for area of a rectangle? Klein?
Only for the base times height.
Okay, so I'm going to first write area equals base times height. That is the same formula for rectangle or a parallelogram. But that will give me the area for 2 triangles. I only need it for 1 triangle. I can divide it by 2. Thank you, Maritza. So I can either divide it by 2 by writing it this way, and you might see that it is written this way in some places, or I can write it in another way. Area equals, and I can put half times base times height. So for finding the area of a triangle, the formula will be area equals half times base times height, or base times height divided by 2. So let me figure out the area for the triangle that I have here. Okay? The base is 6 centimeters. Height is 7 centimeters. 7 times 6. Can someone help me? What is 7 times 6? Klein?
7 times 6 is 42.
42. So area will be 42 square centimeter. But this is the area of the rectangle or a parallelogram. I have to divide it by 2 to get the area of just 1 triangle, because that's what I'm trying to find. So the area of the rectangle or parallelogram that I got here, I divided by 2, and area of a triangle would be 21 square centimeters. So what we really found was that area of rectangle and area of parallelograms are the same. You derived that. You found that out. You discovered it. And we also found out that area of a triangle is half that of the area of a rectangle or a parallelogram. And that is what good mathematicians do. They persevere. They never give up. They keep trying, okay, till they're able to find out what they don't know. Use what you know to find out what you don't know. Right?
Bali, wouldn't square centimeters divided by 2 just be centimeters?
Okay, good question. Look, Maritza found I made a mistake. Did anyone else notice it? Okay, look, I was trying to find area here and I made a mistake. Did I? Maritza seems to think, and it's okay. No matter if it's your teacher or it's someone else, you should be able to ask questions. Feel confident. Okay? Now let me ask Maritza again. What do you think my mistake is?
I think you're not supposed to put square centimeters since you're dividing it by 2, so I think it should be centimeters.
So the square centimeter, the unit should get halved too. Okay, but is it still the unit for area? Yes, and no matter, the numbers will get divided by 2. Boys and girls, Maritza had an excellent question. She said, oh, I see this is the area of rectangle, and you wrote 42 square centimeters as your answer, and then you're dividing by 2 to find the area of a triangle. And that should mean the square centimeters, or centimeters times centimeters, should be divided by 2, and one of the centimeters should go away. So your answer for area of a triangle should have been just 21 centimeters. But remember, the units, you can't divide them by 2. The units for area remain the same. The shape might change. You can do the operation with a number, but it doesn't change for the unit. So unit for area will always be square centimeter. So I did not make a mistake, Maritza. I wanted to encourage you that you should be able to ask questions. That's what good mathematicians do. They always ask each other questions so that we can clarify something that we don't understand. Okay? Great job on today's lesson. You can put your books away. Thank you.